Okay, we are on step 3 of these layouts. So the first step was to do all the cutting. The second step was to go ahead and cut out your thin cuts. And now the third step is to do some stamping. Now I started doing my stamping for you guys, with you guys, and the camera cutouts. So you'll see in the next bit here that you're gonna want to go ahead and start with your snowmen and your reindeer in Intense Black. Intense Black? I think that's it. Yes, Intense Black. Stamp those, and because the camera cut out on me. So go ahead, stamp those first, and then bring out the rest of your colors for the rest of the stamping. So here's the video. So I went ahead and I stamped all of the snowmen. I have more than 6 that I need because I just in case I messed up. So I did all the snowmen in Intense Black and all the reindeer, and my video didn't go. So stop the video right now. Go ahead and stamp all of your snowmen and the reindeer in Intense Black, and then hit play, and we'll go ahead and do the next bunch, which are these large snowflakes. So I'll give you a second to turn it off and go back and stamp your snowmen and your reindeer. Okay, so we're going to be using Glacier on these large snowflakes. So get your Glacier out, and make sure you can get this in camera range here. We're going to go ahead and stamp these. That means we don't have to color these, which is nice. All right, not too hard, pretty easy ones there. So I just got back from my Florida vacation with the kids. It's nice to, none of my kids are married yet. So I am taking advantage of any time that we can take them on a vacation before all the, wives and husbands don't want to go, or they have kids and they're just like, oh, we got too much stuff going on. So we had a chance to go down relatively cheaply on to Disney, and I know that sounds funny, but I had a whole bunch of credit card points on my Disney card, so all of our tickets into Disney were free. So that really helped, and then we got a VRBO for cheap, and a really cheap on our rental car and stuff, and the flights weren't too bad. So we took advantage of that and had a great time. Let me see. This one didn't turn out good, so it's nice that I made an extra. Set those aside. Let's see what we've got next. The medium snowflake. Let's grab those. And that is going to be in sapphire ink. So I know it seems like we go on vacation a lot, but we don't buy other things. We don't have fancy cars or anything like that. So trips are our thing. So sapphire ink for this one. This is the medium-sized snowflake. So let me get that stamp right there. So we had a great time. Did get to go to Universal too, but if you ever are going to go to Orlando, contact me so I can recommend these VRBOs that we went to that had their own private pool. I mean, like your pool only. It's attached to the house inside. These houses were beautiful, beautiful in a secure gated community and about 20 minutes from the parks. So if you ever need information on that, because you're going down there, because way cheaper than paying for hotel rooms at the Disney park. And this house that we were in would have fit 8 people, and we had 6. 3 bathrooms, 4 bedrooms, and about $175 a night. So that is cheap. So if you ever need information on that, let me know. Okay, so on this we just need 6, but like I said, I did stamps or cut out some extras in case I messed up. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do all of them just for fun. And then when I'm done, I can stick those in the envelope any of my leftovers in case I want to use them down the road. So this is Sapphire on the medium snowflake. So we had a wonderful time. We also went to Mickey's Christmas party, which was fun, although I'm not sure that was worth the money, but it was okay. All right, so those are done now. Let's move on to, let's do the small snowflake. I've got it on this one. And that's going to be in toffee ink, which is interesting. Jennifer is a very interesting crafter in her color choices, and you're going to notice that when you're reading the directions, you're going to be so happy that I'm doing this with you because she is so limited on directions. And she won't tell you how many inches from the bottom or anything like that. So it's going to be fun. And I am doing this with you, so this is my first time doing it, so I'm probably going to make mistakes. All right. So it's always good when you're watching my videos to be a beat behind, because I usually catch my mistakes pretty quickly. So if you don't do it exactly as fast as I'm doing it, you're probably going to be better off. And then I do, if they're really bad mistakes, I do try to correct them by putting a little scroll of verbal instructions on. This is a little hard to see through the block on this one because I'm not above it. So if I don't get my stamping perfect, yours will be much better. But I don't want to get my head in the way. So I'm kind of doing it from the side here. Oops, see, now that one didn't turn out, so. Now on this one, you're only needing 5, but I just did extras. But toffee is an interesting color for a snowflake. But technically blue is too, right? Snow blue snowflakes. Okay. That didn't turn out. I don't want it anyway. So my new thing here is plants. And I'm decorating a lot with plants, and I'm another bad one. I'm getting to know plants a little bit better. I'm a person that does research when I'm into something new like that. I think that's also I didn't do very well. So good thing I had a lot of extras there. So I've been watching videos on how to take care of plants and how to style them, because you can style them. Now we need our leaves, and there's 2 sets of leaves. Let's see. Oh, yep, that's it. So these leaves, you're gonna see that you've got some that are turned one way and some that are turned the other. So I'm just gonna grab a pile. And these are gonna be in green apple. And again, I did a lot of extras. So grab your green apple. So yesterday, I found a new plant store in a town called Glen Ellen. And very kind of an elegant place. The plants are beautifully displayed. And there's not a ton of them. You know, they sell, I don't know, probably in the whole store there was maybe 100 plants. And then they make their money, I believe, off the planters. So they got all the plants in regular, cheapy plastic planters with the holes, which is what you're supposed to keep your plant in when you're planting. And then you decorate by sticking that planter into another planter, a pretty planter. And that helps with the drainage and stuff like that, but it also protects your planter and makes it a little bit easier to transplant. So they put these plants in the cheapy plants and then in these beautiful planters, and you're looking at it going, oh my goodness, I want the planter too. And then the planter is pretty expensive. So I just bought the plants. So I bought 3 plants yesterday. It cost me $50, 2 $10 plants, and a $30 plant. Now the $30 one looks like a little miniature palm tree. I absolutely love it. The other plant that I bought swirls. So all the leaves swirl, you know, like they're going down a drain. So cool. And then the last plant was a snake plant, but a small one, because I needed something for my bathroom. So now get your other leaves out. And so this, I can tell, is gonna be a nice little plant place for me to go to. And it's important when you go looking for plants that you look for bugs. Because, you know, if you just buy them like at Meijer or Home Depot, something like that, they're not always taken care of as nicely as they should be. So lift up the leaves, look underneath for bugs, for those little gnats that like to nest in the wet soil. There's another bug that looks like kind of a white cocoon. So if you see any of those, you know, don't buy it. But I've had pretty good luck so far. I have had a little problem with the gnats because they get in through the door and they may have not necessarily come in on my plants. But the way to, they only live 24 hours, but they'll lay a lot of eggs. So the way to keep those away is to make sure that you're not overwatering. That's what they love, is the overwatering, because they like to live in moist soil. I did not season this stamp, and I can tell because I'm having trouble with it stamping nicely. So don't forget to season your stamp. All right, we are done. We are done, and you've heard about plants now, and you've heard a little bit about Florida, and know to season your stamp before you start stamping. So you guys, let's move on to the next step.